Keeping energy supplies flowing in a country of 45 million people when there's a war on is no easy task. That, though, is the challenge facing Maxim Timchenko. He's chief executive of Ukraine's largest private power producer, DTEK, which generates and supplies electricity and extracts coal and natural gas. DTEK normally provides a quarter of Ukraine's electricity needs. I asked Maxim Timchenko how big a challenge that's been in a time of war.
Of course, the current situation is something that you cannot be fully prepared. But we've done everything possible to organize our company, our team, our power distribution companies, emergency crews, everything to restore electricity supply as soon as it's practically possible. Talking about our company, the most challenging for us is to have access to those territories which are under military activities, specifically Donetsk region and Kiev region. It's really difficult, but we do whatever we can to make it as soon as possible. As you know, north of Kiev region were liberated recently. We have about 140,000 consumers without supply of electricity, and our target is to resume supply in the next week. So this is what we do in coordination with the Ukrainian army forces.
And I understand you operate 8 power stations in Ukraine, one of which was taken over by the Russians early on in the invasion. What impact did that takeover have on where the electricity from that power station goes?
You're right. We lost control over this power station on the second day of the war. As far as we know, this power station is not in operation at the moment. It's in occupied territory. As far as we know, they are trying to restore production of this power station, but we officially inform all official bodies in Ukraine that we lost control, unfortunately. And we don't know what is happening at this moment with this power station. So for the rest 7 power stations, they're in normal operation, probably except Zaporozhye thermal power station, which is located next to Zaporozhye nuclear power station in the city of Energodar, also controlled by Russians. We had to switch this power station from coal usage to gas, and we keep it at minimum level. The rest of our power station have access to coal, so we managed to ship coal to all this power station and build stocks of coal. We are in stable operation for the rest of them.
So the power station that was taken over by the Russians, that was in the east, was it? Is that correct?
Yeah, it is Lugansk power station close to eastern border.
And what happened to your staff there?
First days of the war, we offered families to be evacuated. Some of them left this territory. Some had no chance to leave. To be honest, we lost any connections to these people. So far, they are not at power station because it's not operational. To be honest, we do not have too much information what is happening in this territory.
There must be plenty of your customers, householders, businesses across the country who are struggling to pay their bills for energy to you and your company.
Yes, that's what we experience now as a sector, huge underpayments for electricity and for gas. Today, collection rate is about 35 to 40%, and technically we are in quite stable position now, talking about electricity production and supply, but from financial point of view, we have more and more difficulties and liquidity problems coming from this low level of collection. Of course, we work with the Ministry of Energy. We appeal to our foreign partners to issue emergency financial aid to the sector so that we have enough funds to pay salaries, to buy materials, buy fuel, and keep production and supply of electricity.
Maxim Timchenko, chief executive of the Ukrainian power company DTEK.